You ready? That's the confidence I like to hear. That's how you know you're gonna have a good trip. That's very bad. Holy wow. Look at, big trees. Ooh, that was sand. Well, that's not ugly. 200 feet later, it's pine trees and cinder roads out of the desert into the forest. Oh, deer with horns. Whoa, this looks like a luge. Oh, this could be the luge. Everything's the luge, yay. Okay, this holds snow late. This is still on the road even, but we're going down, so it should theoretically get better, right? It's soft, like melting. No way. That's why you're out here. Touch the mountains. The tire's catching the bar, because the bar's supposed to be back here. Oh, yeah. And like, this was always a chunky section, but now it's just whoop, 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 whoop. Yep. Very, very deep. Insulated sleeping pad, it's yellow. I ran it over with my 4Runner and a motorcycle. How is nobody camping here? So weird. I don't know what to say. It's just a gorgeous looking mountain and I like looking at it. That looks like a big bear track. Oh, there it is. Beauty. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. The mountain is big. The big mountain. Cigars are a gross, disgusting habit. Don't smoke. I'm here in Christmas Valley with the old duck fan, and we're about to attempt 3/4 or more of the Oregon BDR, starting on section 3 because, well, I don't love section 1 and 2, and it would take a whole day to get to the beginning. So we spent the morning riding here to Christmas Valley. We're gonna hit section 3 and try to get all the way through to section 7 in the next 3 or 4 days. So duck fan is rocking the still disgustingly clean Desert X Discovery, which is about to hit 1,000 miles, I hear. Just did. Oh, good. And I'm on the very dirty Ibex because a lot of people are already asking on Instagram, why don't you take the 390? Because it has a 2-gallon fuel tank and like this section alone is 100 miles and I don't want to be butt puckered the whole time. So it'll be a good test for the Ibex, which is already, I've killed every bug in southern Oregon. So good news, guys, no more bugs to worry about this year. But we're gonna hit the trail because it's hot. So I'm gonna suit up and go. Let's roll. So this is sort of an impromptu trip. It's not something that like I super planned. I just wanted to get out on the BDR for a couple days while I had time and the temperatures looked good and duck fan was free. So sort of turned into a 4-day most of the BDR trip. So we're not doing section 1 and 2. I alluded to it, but section 1 is 167 miles through the desert and is some of the most treacherous stuff. And we didn't have a good time the last time I did it, so I have almost no desire to ever do section 1 again. So I wasn't going to do that. I thought about section 2. Duck fan didn't really want to do section 2. It's also just like straight sandy rocky desert the whole way. And we'd have to get all the way to Plush, which means it's basically the difference between it taking a full day or most of a day to get down there and a half a day. So we left at like 9 o'clock this morning and made it to Christmas Valley by 12:30, which theoretically gives us time to run all of section 3. That's the goal. Have dinner in Sunriver and then find a place to camp between Sunriver and Bend. That's what I'm hoping we end up doing. So if we'd just gone to Plush, probably would have had to stay there the night before, and you're basically losing most of a day. So I don't know if that logic makes sense as I explain it. It doesn't really matter because here we are. So we are doing I want to say, I don't even know, 350 miles of the BDR? It's got to be more than that. Well, Oregon is 700 miles, that's right. So we're doing 500 miles or more. Yeah, right around 500. Oh, cool. My Garmin keeps resetting itself, so navigating is going to suck, I guess. I'm going to have to fucking use the phone. That is ridiculous. It just doesn't want to, like, it thinks it's turning on and off or something. I have no idea what the problem is, but it's really annoying. Hold on. I guess we'll zoom back out. Oh my God. This thing is reset 4 times. It will not stay on. I'm gonna have to use the phone. Equipment likes to fail on you. That's why it's an adventure. Anyway, should we go? Sure. Get into the trees where we don't have to sit and bake in the desert, I guess? So I have not had the Ibex out on anything remotely difficult off-road loaded before, so this will be interesting. And there's a lot of sand because we're very close to the sand dunes. And also just in the middle of the freaking desert, so, you know, joy. Super duper fun is what it is. I don't even know what's worse, the treks or the middle. Couldn't tell you. Fortunately, the trees are right there, so we're not in this for very long. Never looked it up, but I've always been super curious about the origins of the name of Christmas Valley, because I just can't imagine someone showing up here with all this volcanic rock and juniper trees and just sagebrush as far as the eye can see and being like, let's call it Christmas. Unless it was like discovered by Lloyd Christmas, which is possible, I suppose. Never underreported part of his story, but this is Christmas Valley. But the good part is, the other reason why I like starting at Christmas Valley is, you see all that? That is pine trees. We are leaving the desert. This is the transition point where you leave the desert and enter the high desert slash pine forests. And we're almost there, honestly. You can see the bigger juniper trees here, but up on the hill, those are all pines. So excited for that. A little bit of shade. There's no shade on the first two sections of this route at all, just desert. If you want to see them, I did the whole route 2 years ago, and there's a whole video of it, or on the channel. I'll try to remember to link it for you. Look at big trees. Ooh, that was sand. Whoa, that was a lot of it. I was not expecting that. Well down. Definitely sand there, bud. I was not paying attention, too busy looking at trees. And the front started to just do a zigzag all by itself. It's almost like we're in the desert and you need to pay attention for sand. What? Well, that's not ugly. Damn. Pretty cool. I think there's a gate right up here. It's open today. So the rule is, if the gate's open, you leave it open. If the gate's closed, you reclose it when you go through, and that's for the cattle lands. The tire feels very flat, but it doesn't look flat. I'm gonna look. No, it's fine. Just feels squidgy. Yeah, it's a little sandy. It's mostly a thin layer over hardback, but not right here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I remember this part. Ugh. This was so much easier in the fall when it was wet. Oh yeah, I remember this section. I remember being very glad I was on my 450L the first time I did this. This is the first time I've done it on an adventure bike. It was the 450L the first time, 300L the second time. This sucks. Yeah, that's very bad. Holy shit, is it deep right here? Oh my god. Wow. Okay, this might be some waddle territory. Like, it would be fine. I'm just in the rut and it gets me. It bothers me. Yeah. This is so much worse. Holy crap. Yeah. Again, I can ride sand, but when I'm in these ruts, it just like with my head, and I just think it's pulling me all over the place, and I just don't do it well. And today, with this bike this loaded, I just don't feel like it, so hoping it gets better soon. That's the dream. If it doesn't, then we'll adjust, but this is so much worse than any other time I've been here. Like, this is 6 inches of sand right now. Is he down? He might be down. I don't know if he is. He's off the bike. My assumption is we're crossing a dune and this will be short. Ooh. You crashed down there? Yeah. Break something?
I lost some fuel, but I don't know why.
Overflow because you tipped it over? The 790s do that all the time.
Came out down here.
Yeah, we're out of it right there. It's right there. Just this dune. This was washed. There's all these fresh rocks and they're round. This was all washed out this winter at some point. Okay, yep, and up and out. See, we're going up. We should be good. We should be good. Well, I had heard about all of the cows up here, but I wasn't sure whether or not we would end up seeing them before we got to the end of this section. But I find it very moving that they're right here where we're turning. I'm gonna just milk these punts for all they're worth, and it's gonna be utterly embarrassing and disgusting. We're turning left here. I don't know if that gate's open or not. There's usually 2 gates here. Yeah, she's not. The calves are not happy with us, buddy. Looks like we gotta open it. All right. What's up, cow? Is that old or manure? Not really sure. Oh. Ta-da! Gate. Ow. Oh, it's killing me. That thing looks like somebody ran into the gate, tried to take it with them. The trick is put the bottom in first and then bring the top up. Stretch it over. Yeah, like that. Perfect. All right, I remember this hill climb being mildly entertaining, both up and down. Okay, well that wasn't what I was trying to do. Boy, it's just gonna look perfectly flat on the camera. That lower rut is like 3 or 4 feet lower than the high side right now. This isn't too bad though. Now it's pretty easy. All the loose stuff is in the low side. Definitely at least one more gate out here, if I remember right. Side hilling, so fun. Just keep rolling. Just keep swimming. It's windy, which is nice actually. As long as it's not blowing the dust in your face, it's nice. What about right here? This looks like a spot to take a break. Still in the desert. We're about 2 hours in. Got up off the very bottom. We're kind of up in the hills now. If I remember correctly, we're not that far from escaping the sagebrush and entering the trees. I was obviously wrong earlier when I said, "Oh, look, it's right there." That was incorrect. So some minor sand on the road, mostly loose moon dusty dirt, honestly. There's a lot of that in this section, but it's not too bad, so we're making better time. There's some cinder roads. That's what I'm after. That's what I'm after. Ah, see, when you hit the cinder and there's the pine trees, look, that was the threshold. Look at that. Like 200 feet later, it's pine trees and cinder roads. Like out of the desert into the forest. Nice transition. I'll remember that. Yeah. Yeah. The good stuff. The good stuff. Boy, it looks like a regular old flat cinder road, but it is soft. Like, it's grabbing the front a lot, like sand. Like, you could see, I just said like 15 times. You can see the ruts, like where people are getting, their front tires squirrely. It's definitely sandy, deceivingly soft, and treacherous surface. A little sketchier than it looks. It's interesting. This is a lot like Section 5 out of Sisters. There's a road like this. Same consistency. But look at the dramatic change in the terrain. It's only been like 20 minutes. And trees. Still sagebrush, but lots of trees. Sand. Just feels better up here. It's cooler too because we're at a higher elevation. So that's nice. Got that going for me. So that is Pine Mountain. There's actually an alternate route. You can see it up the side of the hill there. That's an optional out and back. There's a really cool lookout at the top and an observatory, and it's a really neat side trip, but it's kind of sandy and treacherous, and we don't have time if we're gonna try to make it for dinner and then find camp tonight. So we're gonna skip it, but there it is, and I recommend it if you have time and you feel like riding some sand on some interesting exposed cliffs to get to the top. It's worth the time. Really cool outing, and Tim and I did it when we did the whole BDR that time, so it's in that video. But that's Pine Mountain. Actually, Pine Mountain's on the backside. That's the road to Pine Mountain. You got to go up and around that butte. That butte is not Pine Mountain. You can see Pine Mountain from it up on top. For sure. Well, this section is not a trail, but it might as well be. I remember it being very fun, but it's also very up and down, so this will be interesting. I had a blast on this on the 300L last time, but it was also wet and tacky and awesome. Ooh, technical much? Oh, did I turn my... I did, okay. Yeah, and my rear shock, I have not put enough preload into it, so it is rubbing. The rear tire is like crazy, so I'm blowing through the whole stroke. So I'm gonna try to take it easy on the shock and not hit these whoops too hard, but yeah, there's some real, basically OHV trail. Yep, I just bottomed it, damn it. I'm actually having the suspension done. I'm supposed to have it done before this trip, but we moved the trip up a week, and so now I'm gonna drop it off after. Really wish I'd had it done already. I think he's putting a tractive on the back, not sure. Definitely revalving the front, but a different spring on the back. I definitely need that. I'm way too heavy for this bike in stock form. Whoa, okay. That is rocky. Huh. Great line there. God, this is the most Nathan-y part of this trail. Some of you know my friend Nathan was one of the big architects of this, and he loves stuff like this. Will not take the easy route when you can find something like this to put people on. It's very Nathan. They ought to call this Nathan's section, Nathan's Trail. It's fantastic. Oh boy. I'm really glad it's not sandier. All right, 30 miles to go. Hard to believe. We hit the trail like at 1:30, not even. How have we been out here 3.5 hours? That desert section really slowed us down. This part's fun though. Now, okay, oh, deer with horns. Whoa, oh man. That was like a 4-point, maybe? That was a big one. Woo! Man, and velvety, they're still growing. Don't see that very often. Damn, dude. Yeah, another reason not to overcommit, because things like that happen. The animals say, hey, I'm an animal and this is my forest. It was pouring down rain on me last time I was at this part, and I was wearing mesh gear because it was like September and there was no rain in the forecast at all, and I was just getting soaked through and I had no choice but to keep riding. And I ran into a guy back there at that intersection, and he was like, oh my God, Dork in the road? And I was like, yep. He's like, this rain is stupid, I'm leaving. And I was like, okay, but we're gonna be in the desert in like 20 miles. And he's like, nah, and he just bailed on the whole route, or at least on this section. That guy didn't even see us. Oh, there's a campsite, hell. See, we're good. There's lots of campsites out here. This looks like a luge, so maybe this is the luge. I saw it marked on the map one time and it was in this area, so that could be, don't really know. But it definitely has a curvature to it like a luge track. Just trying to stay on my side. Otherwise it'll be a lose my life. Yeah, that's funny. That's clever. Not at all tired at the end of the day, just making up random shit. Not me, no sir. God, I'd like to air off some of these. This rear shock, I'd probably blow it. Like that would have been a great one. Oh yeah. Jumps. Look at these twisties, man. So fun. Ooh, ooh. Little slidey, little slidey. Okay, stop jumping. Your rear shock's gonna explode. It's just hard not to. It's right there, man. It's just right there. So easy. Getting close now. That is Pill Butte, according to the map. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's what it looks like, Pill. We're gonna go around it on the left here, but it's cool. Cinder cone, obviously. This is very central Oregon roads, man. You know where you are with this dusty, dusty stuff. Oh, this could be the luge. Everything's the luge! Yay! It's definitely got much bigger sides. But it's also sandy as f, so don't overcommit to your lean. Not good. As the sand will grab you. This is a giant lava flow right here. You see that? Oh, the freaking sun is in the absolute worst place for you to see it. You're just gonna have to trust me. That's what it is. Obviously, it's cooled. It's not an active lava flow. I don't know if I need to specify that. Some people are pretty literal, based on the comments I see. So it's not an actual lava flow. It is cooled rock made from an ancient lava flow. This is what I mean when I talk about Oregon being just like consistently challenging. Like you don't really get whole sections to relax because you get into stuff in and out. Like this is not awful, but it's got an inch of sand. There's some technical stuff. Like it's not just sit down and cruise, and eat up miles like the northern sections of the Washington BDR. Oregon has got a lot of stuff you have to deal with. That's why they say it's one of the hardest. So make sure you get the most updated tracks because this actually diverges. You can see on the Garmin we're not on the track anymore, but on Gaia we are because I couldn't get the Garmin to update to the new track, but Gaia did because there's a closed road up there at the end of section 3. So we go out a different way now, which takes us around and over logs apparently, but around this the big lava flow again. Good times. See if we get any good shots of it. Oh, cool sand. I love it. Oh, yeah. Wow, you got a much better view. Look at that. Huh. Oh, this might be that old. There was a hard section, I feel like, that came through here. Maybe they just made it the route, but look at this lava rock. Pretty cool, huh? Just goes on forever. This goes on forever. This is a lot cooler than the old way. The scenery's cooler, anyway. So cool. Look at this. You can literally just see where the lava flowed through here thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, a long freaking time ago. Wow, super cool. I gotta get a picture. Here it is, Sunriver. So we have reached the end, there's the sign actually, of section 3. Took a little bit longer than I anticipated. Not a lot. I said we'd be here by dinner time, and it's only 6:15. But still, section 3 is no joke. So I'm gonna get some gas and some food and make a plan for the night's accommodations, one way or the other. Doug Van, how was your first full day of riding your Desert X on the BDR?
The bike is great. I'm gonna go ahead and check Route 3 off my list, and I don't know if I need to do it again.
I feel you. I understand. Well, let's get a delicious homemade.
We did 30 hard miles, and then it was like, oh, we've got 60 more miles to go.
Well, that's going to do it for day 1 of our Oregon BDR adventure. 11 hours on the bike today, and I'll just spare you the hotel part, but we'll catch up with you in the morning, and tomorrow night we'll camp for sure. So bright and early, we're going to hit section 4 and get all the way to Sisters for sure, and then see what happens. Maybe we keep going. I don't know. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Ibex did great. Really enjoying it. Got to get the suspension adjusted. I'm going to work on that preload tonight, but other than that, no complaints. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Well, thank you.
Excellent!